started content editing 2 years ago. I'd see all these huge editors like Zims, Lufus, Jiggy, they'd pop up on my timeline and I'd start interacting with their posts. Oh, sick video bro, oh I really like your work, fire emojis, like that was me. You know, you hear everyone talk about networking and how important it is, so I guess this was my attempt at that. And about an hour later, I've got a Twitter notification coming through. It was them liking the comment and replying thank you and saying that, oh you're so good as well and things like that, which to me was me being one step closer to networking with these huge editors. So I do it again and again, and I do it for an entire month. And by the end of it, the results I had with my network were nothing like I expected. Most of them stopped even liking or replying to my comments at all. Like, I was commenting on the people's posts I was supporting just like everyone says to network, but it seemed as though literally nobody wanted to know me at all. Nobody wanted to know who Malice was. Fast forward to today and I pretty much know every single editor in this community. I'm in group chats with editors that work with literally the largest channels in the world. You could name me any huge YouTuber, Mr. Beast, Sidemen, the Beta Squad, and there will be an editor in there that works with these guys and I have access to. Like, people say that your network is your net worth, and as cringe as it sounds, it's so true. I can't even count the number of job opportunities and how good those job opportunities were just because I knew someone else in the industry. And even past the fact that you get more opportunities, the opportunities you get, they're so much better. Because just think about it from a creator's point of view. If someone came across your Twitter profile and saw you were respected by all these other editors and all these other creators, they all looked up to you, you'd be seen as more valuable, right? And then what does that mean for your prices? They see you as more valuable, therefore you're able to charge more. Being well connected in the community is one of the reasons why I'm able to say I charge 800-900 per video when I used to charge 200 for the same thing last year. And in this video I'm going to teach you exactly how you can do the same thing and reap the benefits that such a good network brings you. So there's two ways you can network. You could either join someone else's, or you could become so valuable that other people want to join yours. And up to this point you've probably thought of networking only in the first sense, where you try to join someone else's network. But the reason I don't like it is because it just feels inauthentic. Like, it feels like nobody really wants you in this community, but you're just trying to like seep through the gaps and become part of this like high value editor like space. Like, it feels like you're not meant to be there. Trying to join someone else's network is when you say, oh how's it going bro, to someone's DMs, but you low-key know deep inside that you're just gonna ask for something later on. What I found works so well for networking, it's when you become the type of person, the editor, that people want to know. Instead of you getting ignored by editors when you ask them questions, they're coming to you offering their help. And the way you do that, and I really hope you're listening to this carefully, is by giving away with zero expectations for anything in return. Like, just imagine this, you're in a fast food restaurant and you're with two friends. You've already ordered, bossman's giving you the food now, and you're about to pay. You try to pay using the card machine and it just doesn't work. And when you reach into your pockets realizing you have no cash, and you look towards your two friends hoping they can help you out. Now with these two friends, you've had very different experiences with them. With one of them, you've known him for years. You've shared food with him in the past. You've helped him with his homework for years over school. You've done so much for this one friend, and then the other friend standing there. You're on good terms, but you haven't really done anything for him. When it comes to you asking for money, which one do you think is going to give you the cash that you need? Of course, it's going to be the one that you've given so much to in the past, right? But when you were helping your friend with his homework, when you shared some food with him, you weren't expecting anything in return, but now the favors are gonna come back and repay you. So that friend that you've known for years and you've helped out for so long gets his card out and pays for you. What you need to understand is the more you give, the more you end up getting. So as an editor, what value do you have to give to the community, to other editors that you want to get to know? It's things like genuinely supporting other editors when you like their work. It's giving other editors advice from the lessons and experiences that you've had yourself. It's being an active part of the community where you're going into these servers and you're actually being a part of the conversation that's taking place. Because if you want a network that actually gives you value, that actually comes to you with opportunities and gives you stuff, you need to have a track record of giving first. Be the type of person that keeps these editing conversations alive. You're spending hours on Discord anyway. Spend half an hour just being in these editing chats, just getting to know other people. And when you do just keep on giving, being part of these conversations, eventually it does come back to benefit you. Like one of the best editors that I know, his name's Rush. The only way I met him was because I was already active on a Discord server. He was always talking about editing and so was I, so naturally our paths crossed, and now he's an amazing guy. Like genuinely, we speak about editing and his work is some of the best I've ever seen. And I would have never met him if I didn't put the time in myself to get to know people in the editing community, to start being part of these conversations. Like, there was a time about a year ago when I really needed the money. I remember I just spent all of it on stupid shit, and I was low on clients as well. I remember complaining in one of my editing chats, just not expecting anything. I was just telling them that, oh, I haven't got any clients right now, lol, just in the middle of a conversation. But then when I closed the app, I had another notification come up. It was a video editor I knew that was saying he had a client for me. He was someone in the gaming space with 2 million subscribers, and it was an old client of this guy's. And he was asking if I wanted to work with him. Of course, I said yes, and suddenly within 10 minutes, I've gone from having no clients at all to another 2 million subscriber channel. The only reason he gave me that opportunity was because I was always like active with these guys. I would always be sharing my ideas and stuff. It wasn't like I needed something and that's the day I pop up. Because networking, it doesn't have to be this evil thing where you're leeching off other people. It could be that you're both valuing, and it doesn't have to be in a monetary sense. It's literally just a question of, are you able to be a kind person and be active and help other people without seeing an immediate benefit from yourself? Because at the end of the day, it'll all come back. And I don't plug this often, but I think this is a good time to say we have a video editing Discord server in the description. You'll be able to meet other editors just like you that are on their editing journey from hobby to full-time income source, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Go click on that right now. And at this point you might be wondering, like, okay, Sayeef, this is all good, but how do I get in contact with the bigger editors? Because it seems like whenever I try to DM them or do the comment thing, it's like they all either ghost me, or I feel like they feel like it's fake, or it just doesn't feel authentic. Like, how do I get in contact with these guys without seeming like some weird dick rider? I call this concept networking horizontally versus networking vertically. So horizontally is generally when you're networking with people similar size to you, or maybe a little bit bigger, and that is still really good. You want to have people to grow with. But networking vertically, that's when you're going for guys that are objectively out of your league to speak to right now. So there's two ways to network with bigger editors. The first one is to literally just become so good that it's impossible for them to ignore you. That was kind of the path that I took. So I took this concept of smooth editing, and more specifically in Premiere Pro, and I became so good at it that nobody even saw this type of editing on Premiere before. And as I started to post my journey and show what I was able to do and how I was helping other editors achieve the same style in Premiere, that's when naturally other editors, the bigger editors, started to notice me. Simply being a really good editor where your visuals are amazing, that will get you in so many places that you didn't even think were possible. Like, there's so many editors that me and like other big editors will just start talking to, not because they're already huge or anything, but their work is just genuinely really good. So really think about it. When you have such a smooth editing style, that is going to help you a lot when it comes to getting noticed. Like, of course it does. You're in the editing industry, being a better editor will get you noticed. Also, if you do want to try 10 presets that I use in my editing, the same smooth editing style that I grew off of, then you can find 10 smooth presets down below for free. Go click on that right now. The second way you get in contact with bigger editors is more of a direct approach. It's when you go to their DMs and you're asking a genuine question. And I know this method works because there's guys in my Ultimate Editing Pack server who I coach more on a one-to-one basis, and I've gotten these guys to use this method, and they've contacted some huge editors and now they're part of their network. But this doesn't mean that you could just go around asking questions to bigger editors and they'll start to want to get to know you. There's one very specific trait that you need to have. What I told these guys that I was coaching is you need to become investable, because unless you have this one trait, no editor is going to want to reply to you. You need to understand that they don't get anything out of it. Like, sure, you want your question answered, you want to learn from their experience, their expertise, but by them spending their time and energy replying to your DM and engaging in a conversation with you, they don't get anything out of it. And the sad part is nobody will do anything unless they're getting something out of it. You're an idiot if you do. Like, you wouldn't go to a creator and be like, yo, I'll edit 100 videos for you for free. I don't want anything. I don't even want to put it on my portfolio. I don't want exposure. I don't want money. I don't want any of it. You wouldn't do that, because we all do things. We're incentivized by what we get out of an interaction. The only thing that they do get out of a conversation with you when you look at a bigger editor and you're trying to talk to them is the fulfillment of helping someone. Nothing else. They don't make more money, they don't grow their page, they don't do anything else. All they get is that feeling of knowing, okay, this person has gained from my experience. I have taught this person my craft, and that's fulfilling to me. And you might be thinking that, oh, what if I offer to work for free for them? Like, even when you ask to edit for free to them, you realize they don't get anything out of it. They can't use it in their portfolio. They can't give it to the client because it's not up to their standard. They literally can't do anything with it. But in order for them to give you a free video to work on, they need to have a client that they can give give you the footage for, they need to ask that client if it's fine to give it to you. They need to upload that footage into a Google Drive folder. Then they need to make sure that you don't do anything stupid with it. Then you're gonna ask, oh, what style should I do it in? And then when you give it in, they're gonna have to be like, oh, well done, and here's some revisions. And then they have to put all this time into just giving you a free video. It's not worth it to them. That's why even when you offer to edit for free, you get ignored a lot of the time. What being an investable person means is that you are able to really give that person the fulfillment of knowing that you have done something with their advice. Like, there's this editor called Jack, you spell it with a Q at the end, so J-A-C-Q, and he's genuinely one of the smartest kids I know. I was hiring him for an edit and I taught him this thing called inflections. So at the end of a sentence, you can tell whether it pitches up or it pitches down, and you can use that technique for retention. And this is like some high level shit. 99% of editors don't know about this stuff. Normally when I give this type of advice, I kind of understand that, okay, the next edit is not going to really change, but what he did genuinely surprised me. Without me asking, he told me that he researched all about inflections, and then he showed me that he uses it in his other clients' work, and he's showing me clips, and it's like, this is what I like to see, bro. I genuinely was so proud of this. I don't gain anything from that, bro, but now you're gonna gain in your editing career because you've used my advice. Who do you think I'm gonna want to help more? Jack, when I know he actually implements my advice, or some random kid that asks me some super broad question of what niche should I edit in? And even when I have that conversation, I take my time and energy put into this conversation and tell him like the genuine advice that I have, which is every niche has money. It's just about becoming the top few percent in that niche. That's how you make stupid money in editing. I tell him that, and straight after he says, okay, how do I find the footage for it? Like, bro, did you even try to find the footage? Did you even go search on Google or go search on YouTube finding YouTubers with this type of content that's rawly edited? You literally sent me the message as soon as I told you this advice. You came to me with another question. Instead, be like Jack. Do what Jack does. When you have someone that gives advice to you, take that advice, get the ball rolling, and then when you fall into another problem, try to solve it yourself, and then come to me when you can't do it. That's what you call being investable. Like, now this is a bit off topic, but something that would really help you, like genuinely a stupid amount with getting to know big editors, read this book, How to Influence and Influence People. Boys, if you don't understand these principles, this is why you get ignored by so many people. It's not the fact that other editors are assholes or creators don't like you. It's the fact that you are not someone that people want to talk to. I don't mean to sound like an asshole by saying that, but that's objectively true if people are ignoring you, is it not? And I know there's gonna be some kid that gets annoyed with me. Like a few videos ago, there was some kid that commented, oh, all bro did was violate me at this point. And then it's like, I'm okay, I am kind of like harsh with you, but the thing is, I'm doing it because I know that me, when I was younger, needed someone to tell me this. Like, the reason you get ignored by editors and even creators when you want to work with other people as clients, the reason they ignore you, you have to take responsibility for this. Because there are editors out there that these creators are responding to, but they're not responding to you, so maybe you gotta consider you're the problem. And the way you fix that problem is by learning social skills, because these people you're trying to network with, they're humans as well, so social skills work. Read this book inside out, live by it. Like, not only will you benefit in your editing life, but your outside life as well. Just trust me, read that book. I'm not going to link it, but How to Influence and Influence People, god tier book. And I'm really proud of you, because by you watching content like this, it means that, okay, you have big goals. You have big goals with editing, 2k, 5k, 10k, 11k, 12k, however much you want to make a month. You have these big goals, and you understand that there are steps to take along the way, and sometimes that means I'm not going to be perfect right now. It means that I don't already know how to get big clients, because if I knew how to get big clients, I would have already had them. It's not that I need one simple AI tool to fix my editing. It's the fact that I don't know how to speak to clients, or it's the fact that I don't know how to network, or it's the fact that my editing is just objectively shit. Like, being humble enough to say that is the type of person that grows so much. It's the one trait that I found in the editors that grow faster than anyone else. Like Pim, he's an editor in our Ultimate Editing Discord, the pack, like video editing packs Discord. I was coaching him one-to-one for being in this server, and after giving my advice, I kind of forgot about it. Like, we had the coaching call, and then I went on with my day, and within about 2-3 weeks he messaged me back. He told me he went from $300 a month to over $2,000, and he's doing thousands and thousands more now within one call. 1 hour of talking to me, like 6 or 7x his income in 1 hour of learning. The reason he was able to do that is he absorbed what I taught him like a sponge. He understood that the reason I'm only making 300 right now is because I don't know everything. And now, because of how much humility he had and the understanding that he needs to learn from other people that have done it before, he's able to say that at 14, 15 years old, he's making literally 5, 6, 7, 8k a month. He literally looks around him. Everyone else, they're not even old enough to work normal jobs, let alone alone like a video editing job where you're working at home, doing what you were doing as a hobby anyways, and making thousands. You make more than your parents. That's the type of impact that we have with what we're doing here. Because let's be real, this is bigger than video editing. This is no longer just us like manipulating a few pixels to make them look pretty. This is us taking what we once did as a hobby and seeing the true potential that we have with it. What editing brings you is genuine freedom. It's knowing that you'll be able to go out without ever checking a price tag again. It's knowing that you can go out and eat with your friends and order food without even looking at your bank account. It's knowing that you have the genuine freedom of working from home and spending time doing the things you love, spending time with family, going to the gym when you want to. When you're stuck in a normal job and you have to work hours you don't want to work, you don't have that. That's what I've achieved over the last 3 years of editing. And I got lucky that I got into this as a hobby just like you did. What I see is a generation of video editors that are looking to take their passion and take it to the next level. And if you want to be part of that, then go scroll down right now, click on this subscribe button. Our content is for you. Also, go watch this video right now. I think you'll find it really useful.